Good Monday morning. It's another rainy one here in the Tennessee Valley, but that's okay because we've got smiles on our faces, the lights are on, and Jack Silberman is here from In Shape MD. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Julie.
I think this is true that you have told me before that Mondays in your line of work are very, very popular busy days because we've kind of had fun on the weekend. You wake up on that Monday morning and you think, I've got to get to eating healthy this week.
Yeah, and it's also something about the beginning of the week. It's like the beginning of the year, the new year. People start over like on Mondays. They feel like I'm getting a fresh start. So it's the beginning of the week. It's a good time to get focused.
So, you talk about that. That's kind of the mindset that you have, right? The psychology of when you're motivated and when you're not. That's key in the success that you help people find because, yes, they're going to follow the program you put in place, but they've got to want to do it.
Yeah, Julie, and before we even begin to talk to somebody about what goes in their mouth, we really want to talk to them about what goes in their mind. Because to make this a long-term success, again, we can get the weight off quickly, but to make it something as a lifestyle, you have to be mentally prepared and trained properly to know what to do.
I'm not trying to suggest that what you see on a commercial on TV would be what they're going to get with you, but this awareness, I guess, that it's mind over matter, so to speak, seems to be catching on because I can't even think of what it is, but there's a commercial out there where that's what they're talking about, like your brain is talking to you saying this is why you've never had success before.
Anything we do, whether it's weight loss, it's business, if we don't have our minds correct, if we're not setting goals, looking at our obstacles, working plans around our obstacles, and having people around us to support us through that, it's going to be tough to get through a success plan.
Okay, so lately, when you've come on and we've been out to see you over there in East Brainerd, you've been real proud of this workout room that you have, essentially. So once the weight comes off, right, that's when the physical training begins?
That's when the training begins, because actually what we want to do is long-term success is going to be, if you took a husband and a wife and put them on the same exact program, put them exactly the same, the husband's going to lose weight a little bit quicker than the wife.
Sure.
Because they have more muscle on their body. So what we want to do is when they're done with their weight loss, we want to increase their lean muscle so they'll burn fat even when they're sleeping. So that's the goal of the performance mobility.
Okay, because every woman out there knows the frustration of watching that, right? I mean, it really kind of ticks us off.
I understand.
But you just explained it for some reason in a way that's making sense to me now for why the exercise component and the purposeful weight training really is so key, because you've gone through the hard work to lose the weight. You are going to begin to have a healthy approach to your eating habits. But you're not going to be doing yourself any favors, I guess this is what you're doing, if you're not building that muscle mass the correct way.
Yes, that's correct. So we want to keep the lean muscle on the body. And again, every pound of muscle you have on your body is burning more calories for you. So it's doing some of the work to help you maintain the weight long term.
When you say lean muscle, is that what you're meaning, that we won't get bulky?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Okay.
And that's probably what you would be most interested in doing for yourself.
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of us, too, you play around with things. You experiment, you hear about a fad, and you go do it for a while, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it backfires on you, and your shape can change pretty quickly.
Yes.
And you don't like that. As a woman, you don't like that.
So we try to, and even when we're doing our weight training or any kind of resistance training, we try to keep our repetitions up a little bit higher, use a little bit lighter weight so we can create that long, lean muscle for the females, whereas men might want to train a little bit differently.
So does it begin, I know the consultation you have before the weight loss program, once the weight has come off, do you then consult again about the body image, if you will, that the client wants?
So after they finish their first round of their weight loss, they'll drop a bunch of weight, usually 20 to 25 pounds for a female, 30 to 45 pounds for a male. Then they move into phase 2. We meet them again. I have another consultation with them. Now we're talking about what do we need to put in place to go forward. Exercise is one of them. Accountability is another one. Coaching is another one. We put these pieces in place to help people live this life for as long as they want to stay at that weight. And I think everybody says forever, right?
Forever, absolutely. Okay, so if we're talking mindset about what motivates you to get started doing it, and really what motivates you to continue it, talk to me too, because you lighten up every time we talk about this, the mindset that comes once it's accomplished, because you don't just gain the strength of your muscle,
Yeah.
you have such better self-confidence, and
Yes.
your life changes, right?
Yeah, every time we have a small win in our life, we start building that confidence. Well, when you drop 20, 25 pounds in a month, that win is gigantic. So you leave, you feel like I can do anything.
Right.
And that's a good feeling, but now we just need to turn that into habits that continue for the rest of their life. I tell people, Julie, and I know that when the ladies come in sometimes and they'll lose all their weight, and I'll say, now the next step I want you to do, you're not going to like. And they'll say, well, what is it? I said, I want you to get rid of all the clothes that were the big clothes that you were wearing. And they said, well, what happens if I go back? I said, that's not an option.
Yeah.
So if you have that as an option, then you're going to go back.
Right. You know, that's a very true thing, because we do all hold on to that safe pair
Yes.
of jeans
Yes.
or whatever. But you're right, that's kind of giving yourself permission,
Yep.
and you don't want to do that.
That's right. Leave no option.
So what is the best way for people to get in touch with you, Jack? Do you prefer a phone call?
Phone call. They can email me. Or actually, go phone call. That way I can set up their consultation. I'll set up a strategy meeting with them so we could look and see, first of all, if we're a good fit, if we could even help them. But if nothing else, at least we can help them know what their mapped out plan is going to be going forward.
How old do you have to be to come to you? Do you have to be 18?
No, you have to have already been through puberty.
Okay. I say that because the results happen very quickly. You've mentioned before that you just did 20 pounds in a month,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So the self-esteem part of it, kids are going to be heading back to school, and I'm not pushing anything. I'm not trying to do
Right,
that, but
right.
if you have a child who's been struggling as a teenager, they could be a whole new them.
Oh, I know. And in a hurry. Life's changed so quickly. I watch people for so long, Julie, stay at the same weight, and they'll lose the same weight over and over and over every year, and it's still stuck. They come in one time. All it takes is one great medical weight loss program, and it can transform your life completely.
Okay, so here's how you can get in touch with him. It's In Shape MD, Jack Silberman. The phone number, website, right there on your screen. You've probably seen him on here plenty of times before, where he'll bring on clients who've had their own success stories to share. And when they're here, it's kind of hard to shut them up because they're so happy to talk about it.
That's so true.
Jack, thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.
Far too often, people are being seriously injured and hurt because of negligent drivers distracted by their cell phones. If you've been harmed by a negligent or distracted driver, the law is on your side. Let us go to work for you.
The name you know and trust.
Hey, this is Trey Moon with Window Works and Exteriors. We're the exclusive